as we are solving NCERT based questions from structure of an atom. Today's important question starts from 24th. Okay, but before that, I would like to introduce that point, very important and interesting topic of quantum numbers. What is the quantum number? What is the uses of quantum number? What are the types of quantum number? Each quantum number specified for what? Okay, so all those ideas. First, let us go to the concept and we'll clarify all those points. Then we can go for solving the problems from NCERT. That is from 24th of questions onwards, all the quantum numbers related questions, quantum number, how the electrons are filling, and how to identify that electrons, how many electrons are available, which are the atoms, all those points let us learn one by one through this concept. Yes, come on, let's go for the first and foremost quantum. Quantum means you know very well that already we have learned. Now we are coming to the point of quantum numbers. Quantum numbers, it's nothing. Atomic orbitals can be specified by giving their corresponding energies and angular momentum. Right. See here, atomic orbitals, we are talking about that atomic orbitals only can be specified by giving their corresponding energies and angular momentum, which are quantized, energized. Okay, that is, they are having some specific values. So, what are the values? The specific values can be expressed in terms of quantum numbers. So, each and every atomic orbitals are having some energies and angular momentum. In that, they are having specific values. Those values can be expressed in the terms of quantum numbers. I hope you got a clear idea about what do you mean by quantum numbers. Yes, come on. What are the types of quantum number? That is principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. Yes, now each and everything, let us go very clearly and clarify all the points. Now, first and foremost, principal quantum number. What is the symbol of principal quantum number? That is called n. And restriction, it is positive integer. So positive integer means it's totally positive. There is no negative. So positive integer. So range of value. So n equal to starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 onwards. And significance. So principal quantum number is having certain area to cover up to give that identification. So what are the identification for the principal quantum number? So it identifies shell. What are the shell? KLMN or subshell SPDF. So identifies the shell, determines the size, that means the shapes and size also it provides, and energies of the orbitals. So what are the energies are available, and number of orbitals in the nth shell. So whether it is a first shell, second shell, third shell, fourth shell. So number of shells which can be identified by principal quantum number. So what are the identification from principal quantum number? Identifies the shell, determines the size and the energy of the orbital, number of orbitals in the nth shell is equal to n square. Okay, now the second point, azimuthal quantum number or angular momentum quantum number. So angular momentum, already we have gone through Bohr's model of an atom. Yes, azimuthal quantum number or angular momentum quantum number. So this symbol, it is L, and it is actually restriction, it is positive integer, and L equal to, it starts, this also positive integers, and L equal to, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. But this is starts from n equal to 1, 2, 3, but here it starts from 0, 1 to 3. So naturally, this is n minus 1 also we can keep it. So here 1, 2, 3, here 0, 1, 2, 3. So naturally it is n minus 1. So that means it will be lower than that principal quantum number. Yes, fine, got it. Okay, now total possible value is equal to n. Now, what are the identification of azimuthal quantum number or angular momentum quantum number? Identifies the subshell. What are the subshells? S, P, D, F. These are the subshells. Determines the shapes of the orbital. But this is size of the orbital. Principal quantum number shows size of the orbital, but azimuthal quantum number shows, that means determines the shapes of the orbital. Energy of the orbital in multi-electron atom. So multi-electron atom, the energy which is identified by azimuthal quantum number along with n, and orbital angular momentum, that is root of L into L plus 1 h by 2 pi. So h by 2 pi is having that energy for each shell. First shell it is h by 2 pi, second shell it is 2h by 2 pi, the third shell it is 3h by 2 pi. Already we have gone through Bohr's model of an atom. You just to watch that so that you will come to know the clarification. Yes, I hope you got a clear idea about principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number. So principal quantum number identification, what are those? Shell, because why I am repeating this, this is very important. Even sometimes what it is, uh, objective type questions also they may ask. Identifies the shell, determines the size and the energy of the orbital and the number of orbitals in the nth shell, whereas azimuthal quantum number identifies the subshell. Now you see the size and what it is, shapes. Size as identified by the principal quantum number, shapes as identified the azimuthal quantum number. So, this azimuthal quantum number identifies the subshell, determines the shapes of the orbital, energy of the orbital in the multi-electron atom along with n, and orbital angular momentum. A root of L into L plus 1 h by 2 pi. I hope you got a clear idea about what it is principal quantum number, symbol, and what are the range and the significance. And the same way azimuthal quantum number and all those points. Yes, okay, now let us go and identify the magnetic quantum number and the spin quantum number for upcoming point. Yes, the next one what we are going to see, it is magnetic quantum number. So magnetic quantum number ml, that is integer between minus L to plus L, and range values minus L to plus L includes zero value. Now for example, 5 point means you can include minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. In that way the range values, and determines what are the identification for magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number determines the magnetic orientation of the orbital. That is, mu is equal to root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. So, mu, it is a magnetic momentum, and n, it is an unpaired electron. See, actually, this is very interesting to identify that diamagnetic or paramagnetic, whether the element is belongs to diamagnetic or paramagnetic, easily we can identify through this. So these are all how the electrons are filling, what is the shape, what is the size, whether it is a magnetic, determines the magnetic orientation. All these ideas, these four quantum numbers shows us. And finally we are going to see the spin quantum number. So spinning, moving around, no, so that means what is the symbol m? Yes, and half integer, whether it goes forward or backward. So half integer, so plus of or minus of. So it determines, so the spin quantum number determines the orientation of spin, angular momentum, this also spin angular momentum, and the root of, what is the value? It is root of s into s plus 1 h by 2 pi. I hope you got special ideas about the quantum numbers. Now we are going to see that Hofbauer principle, Hans rule, how that electrons are filling, that sequence of filling, what is the rule for sequence of filling, and all those important points. Pauli's exclusion principle also, let us check. So Pauli's exclusion principle, Hofbauer principle, Hans rule, and what are the rules for the sequence of filling the electrons. Let us watch all those points. Yes. Okay, now let us start. Pauli's exclusion principle, Hofbauer principle, Hans rule, and the rules for getting sequence of filling orbitals with electrons. These are all important for filling the electrons in the orbital in the correct order. So all these points are very, very essential and important to know about that. And the filling the orbitals, that is distribution of electrons in the orbitals. Yes, fine. Come on, let's go for it. Pauli's exclusion principle. What the Pauli's exclusion principle tells about? No two electrons can have the same four quantum numbers identical. That means no two electrons, because four quantum numbers are there: principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. Principal quantum number n equal to, it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4. Azimuthal quantum number L equal to, it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3. In that only there will be difference. And magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number both are also, it's different only. So that is what they mention. No two electrons can have the same four quantum numbers identical, or an orbital can have maximum two electrons, and they must be opposite spin quantum numbers. See, one it is plus half and the other one it is minus half. Okay. Now, little more better way, Hofbauer has given that idea. Electrons are filled in the various orbital in an increasing order. So, what is the meaning of increasing order? S, P, D, F. S orbital can occupy only two electrons. P orbital 6. D orbital 10, F orbital 14. So that means it has to fill the S orbital, then P orbital, then D orbital, then F orbital. That's what they mention. Electrons are filled in the various orbital in an increasing order of their energies. Orbitals having lowest energy will be first. Lowest energy will be filled first, and orbitals having higher energy at last. And still more better way, Hans rule has given. What is it Hans rule has given? No electron sparing takes place in the p, d, f orbitals until each orbitals in the given subshell contains one electron having parallel spin. See, the same point, but something different idea. Now, for example, atomic number 7, which is nitrogen. So atomic number 7, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So 1s2, that s orbital, it's filled. 2s2 also orbital filled. 2p3, that is three compartments are there, x, y, z. In that x, y, z also, what it is, paired orbitals can fill, but it has to fill that single electrons. Then if it is extra, that means it will go and fill the doublet. Okay, so here x 2p x1, 2p y1, 2p z1. See, 1 1 1. Suppose you just see the side here, two electrons are there, two electrons are there, whereas here, that means here two electrons, first it has to, three electrons are there, no, so that means first two electrons filled, then again one. No, it is wrong. See, that is what purposely I just put it wrong. Only it has to fill the single electron. Suppose if it is extra electrons are there, it will go on doublet. Okay, now oxygen 8 means 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. That means here two electrons, here two electrons, here first it has to fill single, then one electron which is remaining, then it will go and it will pair that doublet. So in this way, no electrons pairing takes place in pdf orbitals until each orbital in the given subshell contains one electron having parallel spin. That is what they mention. Yes, these are the three main principles shows that idea about how the electrons are filling. Yes, now the main point we are coming to that, what are the rules we have to follow? Rules for getting sequence of filling orbitals with electron. See, now n equal to n and L, actually it is a milestone for filling the orbitals, filling the electrons with that orbital. So n, it is quantum principal quantum number. L it is azimuthal quantum number. So N it is starts with 1, 2, 3, 4. L it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means how it is occupying the electron. See now, for example, this side it is N value, this side it is L value. I hope, can you see this thing? What point I have mentioned? Is it visible? Yes, fine. Now come on, let's go for it. So this is 1s, it belongs to first orbital. 2s, it belongs to second orbital. See, n plus L equal to 1. See, that means n equal to 1, L equal to 0. So that means only 1. And the same way here, 2s also, n plus L equal to 2. Then 3s, 3s also, here n plus L equal to 3. And then 4s, as you are coming for 4s, here starts with the p orbital. So p orbital, it starts with 1. So that means here n plus L equal to 3. Then 5s, 5s means 5 years 4p. See, always one number lower. 5 years s orbital, actually what it is? N equal to 5 and L equal to 0. And here 4p, then after that only it goes. So here 1 and here 2. So here that means here 5 orbital n plus L equal to 5 and then 6 orbital 6s and 5p 4d. So always one number lower and n plus L equal to 6. 7s 6p 5d 4f. So n plus L equal to 7 and 8s 7p 6d 5f. N plus L equal to 8. Now this starts, s orbital belongs to 0, p orbital belongs to 1, d orbital belongs to 2 and f orbital belongs to 3 of L values. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it belongs to n values. I hope you got a clear idea and some more important points related to this rules for filling what it is sequence of orbitals. Let us find out. As I mentioned, along with n values and L values in this way, I think you got little confusion. Yes, let us go very clearly. Here, orbitals are filled in the order of increasing values. Yes, increasing value. S, P, D, F, right? Okay, now this is n plus L. This means that in between 3D and 4s orbital, how to fill that 3D and 4s orbital. Okay, now first and foremost, it has to fill that s orbital, then only p and d. So that means 4s orbital. So 4 means n, s means L. Please come to know. 4s orbital, n plus L, no? So 4, that is n value, it is 4. And L value, it is s. So 4 plus s value 0. I think I have given s, p, d, f. L equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 starts, no? So yes value, it is 0. So 4 plus 0, it is 4. As filled before that. So 4s will be filled before 3D. Okay, now 3D, how can you mention? N plus L, no? So N, what is it? N. N value, principal quantum number. So 3 plus L. L it is what it is? S, P, D and F. Yes, it is 0, P. It is 1, D, it is 2. So that means here 3 and it is actually n value, it is 3 and L value, it is 2. So 3 plus 2 5. In this way you have to calculate it. Yes, now the next point, if the two orbitals have the same value, if the two orbitals are the same value of n plus L, the one with n is lower value will be filled first, then it has to go higher value, that is between 2p and 3s. Let us check with it. 2p and 3s. Now n plus L, n equal to 2, L equal to p orbital. What is it? P orbital. S belongs to 0, p belongs to 1. So that means 2 plus 1, 3. And 3s orbital, 3 it is n. So n value it is 3 and s value of L it is 0. So 3 plus 0, 3 in this way. So 2p will be filled before 3. Yes, please note the point. 2p will be filled before 3. Yes, yes, I think I will give a clarity about this, what it is, columns, subshells, n, l, n plus l. Okay, now let us consider with that clear idea. Okay, now one yes, how to fill? Here 1s means here 1, l equal to 0, that means n and n plus l, 1 only. Now 2 yes means here 1, here 1 or 2, here 2, right? And here s orbital 0 and here 2 only. Here 2p it has given, that means here 2, n value it is 2, l value that is spd, no. So l value of p orbital, see here I just mentioned p orbital 1. So that means p orbital 1. So here automatically n plus l value 3. I hope you got an idea. Yes, by the time you will come to know 3, n value 3, s value 0. That means n plus l value 3 only. See, n, this is principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, both combined. Okay, now here n value 3, p value 1, and both combined together, it's n plus l, it is 4. And here n value of 3d, here 3, and d value spd, that means here 2. You just check it here, otherwise I'll mention s value 0, p value of l 1, d value 2, and f value 3. Yes, I hope you got an idea how to solve n. See, n equal to 1, 2, 3, like, okay. Now, here 3d, that means what it is, 5. 3d, somewhere we have gone through 3d, no? So, n value 3 and d 2. So 3 plus 2, 5. Yes, n plus l equal to 5. You got it. Now in the same way, here 4, n value 4, s value 0, here 4 only, n plus l value 4. And the same way here, 4p. How can you calculate it? N plus L. So n value 4, L value 2. So that means here n plus L value 6. And then here n value 4, S value, sorry, D value what it is? 2, here 6. And n value here 5, S value 0, here 5 only. And here 5p, n value 5, p value 1, here 6. And then here 5d. 5d means d value what it is 2. So n value it is 5, d value it is 2, and here 7. And the same way here n value 5, and f value what it is 3. 3, right? So 8 in this way. Okay, now 6 yes. 6 yes means how can you put it? 6 yes. 6 yes means n value 6, s value 0, and n plus n value 6 only. And then 6p. Here how can you fill? N value 6, p value 1, and altogether it is 7. And the same way 6f. Here what it is? N value 6, f value, sorry, d then only d value 3. Here 3, no, 3 or 2, sorry, spd, d it is 2. And here altogether 8. I hope you got an idea how to fill that n plus l value. Yes, you got it, and you know which one will first and which one will fill that final. I think you got an idea about how the electrons are filling in the orbitals, Hofbauer principle, Hans rule, Pauli's exclusion principle, and all those rules of getting sequence of filling orbitals with the electron. I think this point also, this compartment also will help you. Take that screenshot. I think that will be helpful to fill the electrons in the orbitals. Yes, fine. If If you want, you can take that screenshot. Now, let us talk about that NCRT textbook question. That is question number 24. Yes, I hope you got an idea about the quantum numbers and what are the rules for filling the electrons in the subshells and all those ideas, rules, everything. I hope you got an idea. Come on, let's go and watch. What is the lowest value of n that allows g orbitals to exist? See, here actually is simple question, but typical way they asked. See here, n value. See, S, P, D, and F. Right. So, G orbital. Suppose if it is there, what is that lowest value of n? Okay, now lowest value of n. N value. Let us find that n value first. So, n equal to this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here g orbital, suppose if it is there means n equal to 5 and L starts with 0, no? So that means it's always n minus 1, right? So here 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here for g orbital, L equal to 4. That's all. I hope you got a clear idea about how it's forming the SPDF. These are all subshells. Subshells. And n, it is a principal quantum number. It starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the L starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is L always n minus 1. And suppose if it is g orbital, that is the question. So g orbital exists means what is that n value? N value, it is n equal to 5 and L value L equal to 4. I hope you got a clear idea. So n, it is quantum, that is a principal quantum number. L equal to what it is? N minus 1 azimuthal quantum number. I hope you got a clear idea about what is that question they have asked and how do we identify the answer. Yes, got it. Come on, let's go for the another question. The next question is very simple and easy. An electron in one of the 3D orbitals give the possible values of n, L, m for this electron. Okay, now first and foremost 3D orbitals. So 3D orbitals, how to fill? So 3D orbitals. Right. So 3D orbitals means n, L, and M. See, N, L, and M. N, it is actually what it is? N, it is 3. So that means S, P, D, and F. S belongs to 0 for L values. And P orbital, it's 1. D orbital, it's 2. And F orbital, it's 3 for L values. I just mentioned L values. N, it starts with 1, 2, 3. So, N value, what it is? 3. And D belongs to what it is? 2. So, that means here 2. So here m value, it is a magnetic quantum number. So magnetic quantum number, maximum how many electrons? So that is 5 electrons. See, 3 plus 2, it's 5. No, so how to fill? So minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. How many electrons are available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is 5. I hope you got a clear idea how to fill the electrons. Okay, now yes, PDF, this is for L value and here N value, how can you mention? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and these together, 3 plus 2, M value, it's minus L2 plus L. Minus L2 plus L. Plus L. I hope you got a clear idea. So that means it is a 5, no? So 5, how can you get it? minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. Yes, fine. Got it for this question. For this is the answer. Yes, got it. Okay, now come on, let's go for that another question. Now let us think another question. An atom of an element contains 29 electrons and 35 neutrons. Reduce that number of protons and electronic configuration. This is really interesting and very simple also. Already we have seen in that one of our video very clearly how to identify that electrons, protons, neutrons, isoelectronic species, isotopes, isobars, everything, isotones, everything very clearly in that video I just mentioned. Anyway, I'll give it in that give the link in the description box. Please check it. Yes, come on, let's go and identify number of electrons. Say they mention what it is, number of electrons and the number of neutrons they mention, and we have to find out number of protons and the electronic configuration. So number of electrons, electrons, how much? It is 29. Number of electrons is equivalent to number of protons, right? Number of protons, protons, number of electrons is equivalent to number of protons. So 29 only number of protons. So first question answer, you got it. Okay, now electronic configuration they asked. How to identify that electronic configuration? Atomic number, what it is? Atomic number 29, right? So neutron, already they have given how many neutrons are available? 35 neutrons. Neutrons, right? Okay, now atomic number 25, it's nothing other than another than it is copper, right? So how to fill the electronic configuration? I think you have gone through Hofbauer principle and you know how to fill the electrons in that ladder. Really it will be very interesting. Okay, anyway, I will write it now here. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, and 3d9. See here, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 6 10, here 20 29. Here one small rearrangement. What you know here? See here, completely filled and half filled and completely filled are always strong. Okay, so that means here one electron which is transferring, here one electron which transfers here. So that means here 4 yes 1 you will get it. 4 yes 1. And here one electron transfers, no, so automatically you will get it 10. So here 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1, 3d10. That is for the electronic configuration of copper. I hope you got a clear idea how to fill the electronic configuration of atomic number 29, that is copper. Okay, come on. I just mentioned how to fill the electrons. Now, for example, 1 yes, here 2 yes, 2p, 3 yes, 3p, 3d, and 4 yes, 4p, 4d, and 4f. Suppose if it is like this means how to fill that. Now, first and foremost, here like this, a ladder comes like this. Okay, so now let us write that how to fill the electrons. See, s orbital can occupy 2 electrons. P orbital can occupy 6 electrons. D orbital can occupy 10 electrons, and F orbital can occupy 14 electrons. This and all you have learned very clearly in that starting of that session only. Yes, now here how to fill that? 1s, 2s, 2p, then you should go the map of where it goes. Like Google Maps, it goes now like that. Here, like this. 2p, 3 3s, 3s, 3p, 4s, 4s, 3d, 4p, 3d, 4p, and 4d, the last 4f. See, suppose if it is 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s means it has to fill all those things. Then in that way you have to go in this ladder. So in this way you have to fill that order. Okay, now s orbital. Now for example, 30, atomic number 30. How to fill? Atomic number 30, what it is? Zinc. How to fill? 1s2, 2s2, 2, 2p6, here 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. See, as I mentioned, maximum number of electrons can be filled in that orbital. So here 10, 3p6, 4s2. So that means here 10 and 10, 20, then 10 more electrons are remaining. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d. How much it is there? 10 electrons are there now. Yes, we can give 10 electrons in this. So this is what it is. This is the way you can fill. So this is atomic number 30. No, it is zinc electronic configuration. I hope you got an idea how to fill the electrons. Okay, I'll give one more example. For example, here 19. How to fill that? Atomic number. Atomic number 19. How to fill? Can you fill? And you just mentioned what is the element of atomic number 19. Can you mention in that comment box 19 atomic number and how to write the electronic configuration? So this is my simple question. I hope you are able to write, and you just check with this along with it, and how many electrons can be filled, and half filled and completely filled. That also you please check it. Hope you got a clear idea about this question. Come on, let's go for the next question. As I mentioned, atomic number 19. What is it, atomic number 19? Can you tell? It's atomic number. Atomic number 19. It is nothing. What it is? It's potassium. So how can you fill that? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Here how many? 18. 4, yes, 1. Yes, what is this? Atomic number 19. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, this is 10. And 3s2, 3p6, it's 8. So 18 plus 1, it's 19. So atomic number 19, it is nothing, it is potassium. Yes, I hope you got a clear idea how to fill the electrons in that orbitals. Yes, now we are going to see that question number 27. What is it? Question number 27 tells, give the number of electrons in the species H2 plus, H2 and O2 plus. Okay, now this is very simple. H2 plus, H2 plus. Okay, now here H2, how many electrons are there? 2 electrons. And here plus means it is what it is. It is giving 1 electrons. So that means what it is? Minus 1 electron. So totally how many electrons will be there? How many electrons will be there? Here 1 electron. So H2 plus has 1 electrons only. Right. Now here H2 here 2 electrons. So naturally how many electrons are there? H2 2 electrons only. 2 electrons only. Now next one O2 plus. Here O2 means 16 electrons. 16 electron minus 1. Here there is no plus or minus, so just we have written. But here plus is there, no? So that means here 15 electrons. So that means O2 plus has 15 electrons only. Right? You got it? Now, question number 27. I hope you got a clear idea. Yes, fine. I think quantum numbers and all the rules for the quantum numbers, that is Hofbauer principle, Pauli's exclusion principle, Hans rule, and how the filling of electrons n plus L rule. I hope you got a clear idea for filling the electrons and finding that how many electrons are available for each. Yes, fine. Okay. Thank you for watching. Let us watch some more important and interesting questions from the next session onwards. Thank you for watching.